Never again. I say it, never again.
Never again to genocide and war crimes. Is that really possible? Take what's been happening in Syria, Yemen and Myanmar. The list goes on. To understand why we need to pose bigger questions. Questions like, what is more important than human rights? And can we expect the international community to change things?
Simply take a realpolitik approach and suggest that
Realpolitik in foreign policy is when states primarily pursue their national interests, sometimes at the expense of human rights. This means a state only takes action in the international arena if its benefits are greater than the costs. For instance, the Obama administration didn't support the opposition in Syria because the costs outweighed the benefits.
we wanted to do something, and it sounded like the right thing to do, but it was going to be impossible to do this on the cheap.
Ibrahim Kalin is an intellectual and diplomat. We asked him whether a humane realpolitik approach is possible.
Well, realpolitik is a reality, but it doesn't have to be unethical. It doesn't have to be inhumane. It doesn't have to be unjust. Realpolitik is something we all have to do, obviously, to deal with issues of war, conflict, occupation, national interest, ethnic sectarian tensions. You have to obviously take all this into account. At the global level, obviously, those who suffer the most from these conflicts have lost hope in the international system. When you talk about the international community, it refers primarily to the powerful nations of the world. Huntington said this many years ago, that international community is just euphemism for American power. It's misused in many ways. It's manipulated to reflect the interests of those who are powerful. And that's the root of the problem. It doesn't have to be that way. That's the thing. And in fact, it's not in the interest of the great powers to monopolize power in the way they have, because it comes back to haunt them in other ways. I mean, look at the problem of refugees, discrimination, racism, the rising tide of extreme right in Europe. Yes, those societies are maybe politically more stable, but it's very fragile. While you have the most advanced societies in terms of economic privileges and technological advancement and so on and so forth, you also have this problem of meaning in those societies. There is a growing sense of nihilism, where life doesn't make any sense. My choice is my choice, but what do I do with it? Suffering is a problem for everyone, not just for the Syrians who are suffering from the barrel bombs of the Assad regime. Suffering is a problem not only for the Palestinians who've been living under occupation, Israeli occupation, for decades now. Suffering is not just a problem for the Rohingya Muslims who've been discriminated against just because of their religion. It's a problem that everybody has to address so that everybody can feel safe, because no one is safe in this world of growing interdependency until and unless everybody is safe.